Traders, yes, a good morning to you. All right, so let me get a setup here. Da-da-da-da. All right, so we're going to start the day off inside narrow range. Morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. All right, so now look at where we stopped. 43. Okay, over under 43. We're inside narrow range. We're trading the Keltner channels on the 2-minute chart. Volume and range are decreasing. So therefore, you are in the height of chop after a large after a large move up. All right. So which way do we go? Yes. The answer is yes. All right. Look at it just stalling out. We're right in the middle of all of this. I want to see, where do they draw? Where do they need inventory for the next move? We don't know which way the next move is, but we know that they need inventory for it. Powell, 9:30 a.m. PMI, 9:45. ISM, 10 a.m. Construction spending, 10 a.m. Jolts, 10 a.m. Action-packed morning. We'll get in, get out. We'll be done. We'll be done by noon. I want to see where they draw. You got a litany of crime scenes up here around 50. Okay, you've got 37 on the bottom side. It needs to make some new action here on the 5. 15 made some. 45 minutes just out, and it's just in la la land here. Just doing its thing. All right, whatever it's going to do. But what it looks like is it's just consolidating. So do they need to sweep a draw point before they can take the next leg up, or do they need to sweep the top side for the move down? We don't know. Here's the thing: we don't know. All right, but are they doing something like this like they did on the 15-minute? Okay, where? Hold on, I think I could switch. Okay. Perfect. Here you go. So we see it rallying, and the moving averages stay red, white, and blue. 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 Look at the extension there. Okay, so now we get this extension, this parabolic extension, excuse me. Well, hyperbolic turns into parabolic, right? So then you're thinking like, okay, so what they're doing here is there's been so long since they've created any sort of noise in the signal. Right, listen to how we're listening to this, right? Not moving averages on a chart, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's been so long since there's been noise in the signal. They had to create some noise. So what was the easiest way? This is what Joey keeps saying. What's the quickest way that they could move red? Okay. That's what he keeps saying. Over the last 3 months, what's the quickest way they can move red? To bring noise back into the signal. Now ask yourselves this question. Why would they want noise in a perfect signal? Okay, now that you've thought about it, keep that thought and look at what it's almost too easy once you think about it, right? Look at this. Look. Joey, you got your ears on? It's so they can create the noise to do whatever they need to do for their gain, not yours. Okay, so now they've created the noise. So now ask yourself this question. Would you rather trade in a clear signal or in noise? So before you place a trade today, you have to ask yourself one question. Do I need to trade inside all of this noise, or do I want to wait for the clear signal? When you zoom out, look at this. When you zoom out, look at that. Flip a coin. Now, here's how we have the advantage in the noise. Ready? If you go like this, and you go like this, okay, do you realize that we're giving you where it's going to go to the low? This is what we did yesterday, to the low and the high. So look, you get you, you got your crime scene here, right? It prints between red and blue. Okay, you get your crime scene here, prints between red and blue. Okay, so now what you're waiting for is, because that one is so small, you're waiting. Okay, where is it going to print red in between red and blue again? You wait. So here's where Joey says, snake bite, snake bite, snake bite, snake bite, and everybody's going, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Snake bite. What? Watch. Snake bite. Okay, so now we've got the snake bite. So then our cool little algorithm here, right, tells us where the projections are based upon the snake bite. Let's go. Okay, so watch this. Watch this. This is how badass we are here. Watch this. So now we just created another little crime scene here. So now we're waiting to get the projections. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So this tells us, folks, listen to me. Don't trade it unless we find the perfect draws or runs on liquidity. Okay. In order to see that, you have to zoom out. Good. Now, think about what I just showed you on the 15. Watch this. Mancini uses the 45. Look at how far above all of that noise we are. So what do they have to do? Watch this. Oh, God, you guys are going to get a world-class treat in noise to signal ratio here. Look at this. So if what they had to do on the 15-minute was create noise to shake you out to get your shares, okay, right here, look at this. What are they going to do on the 45-minute? Or what is the most plausible thing for them to do on the 45-minute? Okay, either shake you out or make it look like they're about to shake you out to shake you out. Yeah, you. So how would they do that? And this is where you hear Joey says, well, they're gonna flip the red, they're gonna move the red, they gotta move the red around. So if they move the red around, you now have the same pattern as we had here. Because if you look, this thing was rallying, right? And so there's really no clear picture. Now there really is a clear picture. 62, 75, 75 is where we're going eventually. But how much noise do they create? How much distortion do they create to get to that price? If they don't make it to that price, what type of distortion in the signal and noise did they create to not allow it to get there? Right. So if that's the same pattern, this is where people's apex accounts and top step accounts go to die. Right here, right where we're at right now. Heed the warning. We are, and so we're going to start off narrow range where we don't trade. I can't short here, right? Even though I have a perfect blue signal, I would have shorted this one before I'd short this one. This is an actual signal because if you look, the top of it is touching the 200 and the 20. That's a perfect signal right there. Not this one. This one says if you're short, you could stay short. When we're inside K days, I've got 3 rules. Sweep leg, plausible reversal signal. Sweep the leg, plausible reversal signal at K, and signals which start at the 20/200. There's more volume. If we're looking at the volume profile, there's more volume on the lower end here than up at the top, right? So yesterday's VPOC was roughly 39. Remember, they shifted it. It was 50. Okay, initial balance low is 36 from yesterday. So we're definitely watching 36. Just went right through it. We pierced it. Now we're moving back up. So this is no man's land. Reduce my rapier. If you had to look at if you had to take a trade, right, and someone said, I want you to take a trade right now, and you do it on the 15-minute chart, which way would you go? I got to try to stuff my fat foot into this shoe. Whack for my daddy-o. They're leaning into the bid here. Let's see if they absorb him or if they flush him. Oh yeah, you'd be catching a falling knife long. But think about it. If you had to place a trade, knowing that you're at the bottom of the channel. Mancini 33. It's a good morning to you. All right, be very, very cautious in the pre-market, right? So, if we zoom out on the fifth, on the 2 minute, look at where we're at in terms of yesterday's high and low. Yeah, which is the big red and big green triangles. Looks like a line. Um, what do we want to do with that? Well, it's having a hard time exploring the whole thing. So, what does it do? We're going to find out. I'm not really interested in any of this price action until it really turns in my favor. Um, this does not. I mean, if you're short, cool, stay short. But this is not like, oh, get ready for a new signal. Not by any stretch of the imagination at all. At all.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I got it from here, guy. Wink. No, 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 no. Why won't you listen to me?
Two ticks. We need two ticks. Just barely outside narrow range. Just out by a tick right now, but it could continue to push through. There's the 2775, just like we said. Oh, I'm sorry. I said 37. But look at your 2725 here on your 5. Right. So now it needs to move to one of the yellow lines, right? Or they're going to trap and create their own yellow line. Now on the 15-minute, we're moving away. So what are they going to try to do? Right? If you think about it, they're either going to try to move red down, which would suck white in down to blue. If it doesn't suck down through and make red, white, and blue, okay, well then you're going to have a nasty little critter right here around 6244. Elijah, right here. No 2 bar, so 8 a.m. Okay, 27 to 32, Mancini, and we got 27. He's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. Back to 32 already, folks. Back to 32. Fire. 34. Whew. 34 is your over under. Owl at 9:30 a.m. So 27, it's all marked out on the chart. 27 to 32 was the support level. It says it right here. Complex action. 27 to 32 support. 42 reclaim sees 50 heavy, 61 plus. 27 fails, we'll go 21 13. So 27 holds. So now do we reclaim 42 and push to 50, 61? We don't know. It's going to tell us. Whoa. This is an interesting bar. What? Whoa. Whoa. Right through the 34, he gave up. Reversal. Folks, I can't stop yawning. I'm going for a walk. I'll see you in 10. It'll be a slow walk. I mean, hopefully not, but probably. Yeah, right. I see nothing. 27.32 holding for now. Too much clutter on the 30-second. They're bending that 45-minute red. Right, if you swept the leg on the 2-minute, you're starting to take profit here. Your entry would have been 34 even. Got about 1 minute to my favorite time of the morning, folks. Ching 33.25 quickly. I don't want any part of this trading right here, folks. This is not for me. Not my money. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get busy. Let's see. Let me get the right cam. There we go. All right, everybody. Cheers. Honoring process, patience, and stops. Let's get it today. Cheers, everyone. It's going to be a cheers, everybody. Yeah, that was perfect. It got to 33.50, not 33.25. Sorry. Sorry. All right. We are 0.3% to the downside, 0.4% in the NQ. So basically nothing burger. On the larger time frame, they're just it's 36 is the over under. On the bottom side, 27.33, 27.32, 21.13. On the top side, 42.50, 42 for reclaim, straight to 50, 61. I mean, looking at the larger time frame. I mean, here's what I'm looking at. All right, if we zoom out, let's just use the 15 minutes because it's easy. All right, so if all eyes are on this level right here, 24. There's a little Gapertino below it. There's a huge disagreement in price right below it. So the question is, if they get to this level here, do they draw it and pump, or do they run it and dump? Well, obviously the answer to that question is yes. But what do they actually do, right? So 37 is our over under. 42 is Mancini over under. And if you look right here, we got 42 on deck hard right here. Boom. So just waiting to see what it does. Powell, 24 minutes, 30 seconds. Powell, 24 minutes, 30 seconds. Reminder. 30-second chart looks like Valentine's Day in Chicago, 90 years ago. All right, we got M. Matiso. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for the follow. Today's the first day that we are trading below yesterday's open in a few days. What really to say here? Five-minute red, first touch. Got nothing on my charts. I'm absolutely just sitting here. There's nothing. This is not conducive, right? Because again, if we zoom out the larger time frame, we're going nowhere. That's what's actually in control, the larger time frame. Still have 12 minutes till the opening bell, fam. 12 minutes till Powell starts speaking at the opening bell. Notice they're trying to jack that 45-minute red over. And to think there's 7 minutes till the opening bell. Second. Two minutes till the opening bell. Here we go. Yeah, we got the pinprick into the fair value gap. What do they do with it now? Right decision point right here. Yeah, that was a good one. Nice little pullback. Blue off of the 200. Excuse me, off of the 20. I like to see it anchored on the 20 here. This is kind of what I'm watching. So this one's too far away, so it's just no trade. Doesn't look like Powell nuked it, right? So that's good. $42 Mancini. I like it when they're anchored, when the candles that show the signal are anchored from a moving average. Sitting at gap fill, basically. I see nothing, folks. All right. Wow, the ES only spiked down to 40. The micro spiked to 35.75. Talk about lack of liquidity. Holy shamoles. Major decision right here. I'm here. It's just there's a ring light in the way. I'll have to readjust the camera. All right, so if you swept the leg of blue, you are styling right now. Look at this. Love it. And the reason here's the thought on why would I sweep the leg there? Because it goes away from the 20 and then when it comes back to the 20, that's where the sweep is, right? By time and price. Fascinating, right? You don't take the first one. That's just nonsense, right? That says stay long, keep your stop liberal, right? If you're long from here, keep your stop liberal. Okay. And then when you get the second, you get this, you're like, all right, well, that makes sense because if old me, listen to this, if old me went long right here, 47, okay, and you put your stop right on the 20, what happens? That's right. You guessed it. They blow a kiss at you. They give you a little winkster, like the guy, right? And then you see the guy later counting your money with his feet up on the table. All right. Now, the context behind that is We are just outside narrow range. Just above gap fill. Just at gap fill, right? So those are the context in which we're looking at through the lens. $50. He says 50 in his words. 50. Heavy. Heavy. Like the character on Rounders. Heavy. Good, Andy. Good. Yeah, a little bit of divergence here. They're going to have to continue this thing higher quickly, otherwise the DV urgences are going to kick in. I don't have a great tape count right now. As you saw, I fell asleep. How many of you guys realized I was asleep? Look, if the price action sucks, what do you guys want me to do? Sit here and act like it's awesome? No. I'm going to take a nap right on my chair right there with all the lights on. Pencil in hand. Sorry. Everybody's quickly going to the VOD. Was he asleep? He was. Look at him. Dreams of wars, dreams of why. Okay, there's your first buyer. There's your first buyer. 49, 49, 49. First buyer. Wapner. 6 minutes to Wapner. Joey called me out on it, just so you guys know. Yep. Yeah, so here's the deal. Either we're trading or we're not. And these kids run me ragged. I'm not going to lie to you. And welcome, CS. Welcome. You're in the best place, you're in the safest place to learn how to trade ES futures. I've been on the mic. I've been streaming since February 14th of 2011. That's my credentials. I have been staring at the ES tape since December of 09. Is that right? Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, something like that. I have seen every tick, every single tick since then. I've seen every trick. My specialty is reading the tape and order flow. There's nothing fancy that we have going on. The only indicator that you're going to see that is unique is these painted bars here. All right, back to the VWAP, guys. Back to the VWAP. Right back down to the 42. 42 Mancini. Overnight, your challenges were 50s and 57s. So what I want to know, if you guys look right below my little, or let's see. Oh, let me fix that. Hold on. Okay. No, that didn't fix it. Why are we not fixing it here? Oh, wrong button. We really want to see what the hell are they doing with the distance between this 57.75 and this all-time high of 52.65.25. What are they doing with this? What are they doing? Right. So without even drawing any trend lines or anything like that, the first thing you're going to do is what? Well, your eye is going to automatically draw this line. Okay. Now, you're going to say, okay, so now that they've drawn this line, I've noticed that they've come back and it matches 42. So now 42 over under by the tape 49 right here. Look at him. He got ahead of himself right here between 48 and 49. This is the level that we're watching on the tape. This 15-minute 42.50 level is what we're watching. Man Salino. I'm on the sidelines as we are at Gap Filio. Gap Filio. Oh, and here in just a minute, I'm going to take another walk because um, I got my wife just informed me I got 6 hours and 53 minutes of restful sleep. Thanks, wife. So I need to get some oxygen flowing. The problem is I can't walk enough. I can't walk fast enough with my. I got a bum foot right now, so I can't walk fast enough to get the oxygen going. Look at that. 53.25. What's the top? 50? 53. Look at that. Well, if that ain't great. And the 45 minute is just out in planet Hollywood, right? So let's see if they take it a little bit lower. If they take it a little bit lower towards blue, it's going to push red under white. Folks, I'm gonna take a stroll around the block here to get some oxygen going here. Give me 10 minutes. The wife and I are gonna walk around the block real quick. So this blue bar here, notice that it's kind of connected to the 20 and the two excuse me, the 20. Okay, and then notice this one is connected to the 20 and the 200. So let's see which way this thing goes here. We've gone absolutely nowhere. Really working that 45-minute chart there. Remind everyone the high to high trend line is still in play, and it hits at 43 to 44. Maybe it's a little lower than that now. No, it's still the same. A little warm outside. A little warm, folks. A little warm. Close is 36, high of 40.75. So 5.25 points from 46 would put it at 30.75. Can they get to 30.75 from here? Now, the one thing that does stand in the way of the sellers regaining control completely here is the 15-minute low is 6234. Yesterday's was 6236. Lower Keltner. Your 20 just crossed your 200 to the downside. Is this a trap? Yuck. No, that's your 8 crossing your 200. What am I talking about? Yeah, trap. Trappertino. I want to remind everyone in America, it's the 4th of July, Friday. 4th of July is the Independence Day in America. Thirty 30.75. Do they get there? Get a nice head and shoulders on the, well, 2 minute, 1 minute, 30-second. Over under is 37 on the 15-minute, clearly shown here. Look at that. That's interesting because there's really nothing below us here until you get way down there. Way down there. Hmm. So here's the thought. Here's the thought of what they're going to do throughout the day. Right. So they're going to roll this 45-minute over to where the red goes underneath the white. Okay. They're going to catch some sellers. They're going to get it, and I'm just going to make numbers up, right? They're going to get it to 62.10, right? Whatever, or 6,200, right? And then all of a sudden they've got enough sellers in there that it's enough liquidity for them to slowly absorb and push it back up. Because what would happen is if we're on the 45-minute here, if the red goes under the white and let's say price comes way down here, okay, that means you now have white above red and blue. So then how far do they stretch that down before they the elasticity slaps it right back into well, it would be the red and blue area, which would make a yellow line. See? So because and the reason I'm saying that is very simply put, there's no yellow lines or white lines up here, folks. Mm-mm. No. There's nothing. There's been no tomfoolery whatsoever. There's been no noise in this signal, right? All of the noise was created much lower, and now it's just signal. When do they bring the noise back in? We're going to find out. Mr. Rodriguez, have a wonderful day. Great job. People that tried to sell the opening range break low. Oops. He nailed it. Now, here's what has me slowed down. I want to remind everyone. Okay, first of all, we have non-farm payroll on Thursday, not Friday. All right, so that shortens the week. Okay, it's a pre-holiday session. Okay, and what this number right here, net change minus 0.23. Okay, that there's no enthusiasm behind that whatsoever. So why do we expect the next big move on every move that's happened in the last 3 hours, 2 hours? How long have we been here? We've been here 3 hours. Why do we have to expect the next big move coming at every turn? Folks, don't do that. Are you observing or are you trying to participate? Which one are you? Okay. Now look here. If you would have swept the leg of this one, look at this. You have completed business. Look at this. Look at this, folks. If you would have put a sweep the leg order right here at 39.75, you got filled on completed business. Look, 1, 2 ticks. You get a seller comes in hard. you offer out here because it's sweeping the leg, and you get filled on your 3675 target. Look at that. Now, did I take the trade? No. I'm pointing it out, right? And the reason you want to look at sweeping the leg instead of just selling it, right, is notice that your stop will be right on a flat 200 simple. No, thank you. No, thank you. Wait. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this is a good one. This is a good sell signal. You'd already be hitting first target, right? Because your stop is right there. Good. Because you have a sweep the leg that turns into an actual sell signal. So you would have actually added on this short from 39.75. Okay, you would have added at 38.25 with your target 36.75 and lower. You guys see that? Because your stops are right here. Well, the old losing you have a stop right here. So this is where you would sell. Okay, or you think they're gonna take this higher because of some sort of something rather. When in fact, no, it tells you that they're not going to. Wah, 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 wah. Right? And here's the deal. Here's a little secret over the last 20,000 trades, right? If you can't determine, right, if we're outside or inside narrow range, assume that we're inside narrow range. Okay, because we are, I do believe we are just a couple ticks outside of narrow range. Okay, we were one tick out of it for a little while, and you can see that this is not trending behavior, right? And if you had to say that we're trending, which way are we trending? What? It's Jesse Rivera. Jesse, you got your ears on? I'm gonna go find something to drink, folks. I forgot my water bottle. I'll be right back. Trape. Who's got extreme FOMO right now? Raise your hand. Can you admit to yourself that you have extreme FOMO?
Oh, I get what you're
He's
saying.
coming to save
I
you.
got it from here, guy.
Here he
Wink.
is. The one and only.
No, 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 no. Why won't you listen to me?
Ooh, there's a buyer. He's about 36s, 41s, 43s. On my 30-second chart, look at how perfect the low is right here. Look at this. Joey, you see that? At 33.50 or whatever that is. Oh man. All right, so now we're watching 47.75 hard and then obviously 50. Wow. Remember 42 is your reclaim point. 42 reclaim point. You can see it here, blue line. Okay, you can see it wrote right here. 42 reclaim. Okay. Copy that. Looking at the 15 chart, look at this. Yeah, it nailed it. Yep. Because it couldn't close below the 37. So if you're looking, guys, this is why. See how Joey typed in 37 still boss. Okay, this is where he's getting that. It's not a guess. There's no guess. So now that we came back to the 44, right? We just went from white, okay, through yellow. Okay, so now it touched this yellow. So now where do we go? Here or here? Yeah, because again, it's in its world of its own. 100 points lower is the next strip of yellow and white, and then 62.76 above us. Okay, and then 100 points higher, 63.38. Oh my sweet baby Jesus. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And no clue which way it's going to go, folks. No clue. This is chop fest. Now, if you were wondering, does this guy even trade? No, I sleep. I'm kidding. Yes, I trade. Observation mode only this week, my fam. Okay, because here's why. Okay, now I'm about to go nerdy on you for a minute here. Okay, if my slit experiment, right, if I'm observing my two electrons and my machine that I'm measuring it with is actually what is skewing the results. It's time to look at it through a different lens. It's time to look at those two electrons through a different lens. Okay. Right. If you're not familiar with the slit experiment, you can Google that on your own. And so, what if placing the trades is skewing the data collected? Well, let me say it a different way. What if, because I'm trying to participate so much, the observation gets skewed? Whoa, 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 whoa. What did he just say? What if I'm trying to participate so much that the observation gets skewed? Go on, I'll wait. It'll hit you. Okay. It may hit you July of 2026. Okay. I'm going to spit it in July and y'all can get it in June. Okay. If you're too busy trying to participate, the observations could be skewed. I know. I know. It's not what we want to hear, right? Because we want to trade. We want to act. We want to be active in the market. Maybe that's what the algorithms are banking on, is you being active in the market. Hmm. 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 Go on, I'll wait. Ponder that thought for a minute. I'm going to spit it July 1st. You can get it June 1st, all right? Why do I keep losing? Right? Ask yourself, why do I keep losing? What if the lens that you're observing through is skewing your results? Nah, come on, man. That's not it. Okay. All right. There's a seller there at the 32. As you can see him, he's thick. Okay, if you sold 34, start taking profito. Start taking profito. That is juicy right there. Start taking profito. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. The absolute reversal back into position one with your ignition bar punching through the 200 flat, through the 20. This is a perfect scenario. Tis not. And so if you're wondering if you're looking for a sign as to, well, does my teacher appear? Okay, look, read the chat. Look at the 5 minute 29:25, Joey. And that's from yesterday. 29:25 is from yesterday. And also there was a 30. Yep. On the 2 minute, there was a 30:50 somewhere. Anywho. So those of you that are new, yes, I do trade significantly, right? Just I'm an observer this week because I need to come back. There's when let me finish the thought of what I was saying a second ago. When we are observing, we can notice things that we wouldn't have noticed before if we were too tense in the trade. Okay, so I've got some real good notes. I've got some killer notes over the past two trading sessions here that I would not have found if I were executing trades. Okay. Most of them are not notes that are on the charts, as you all know, right? So all right, start taking profit. Okay. Right around 28, you're going to start taking profit again. Again. Nobody wants to admit that, Joey. You know that, right? But it happened to all of us. 100% of us. Unless our parents were deadbeats, we had to have learned at least one thing from our parents, whether we liked it or not. Okay, coming to the lower end of the range, 23.25 is going to be your yesterday's low, right? So now, if they want to draw on liquidity, it would be a great place because how many stops are below there? Now, let's think about the other way. Let's think about this the other direction. Okay. Looking at this Right. So here's the perfect way we're going to look at this, and who knows if it's going to work or not, right? But we know there's a million stops right below 23. So therefore, the professionals. So we have to kind of reverse this, right? Because wouldn't this be the perfect place for a draw? Okay, but listen. If all of us think that this is a perfect place for a draw at 23, what do you think they're going to actually do? Right. So it would be reverse, right? So what's the GTO on this? Right. I was 36, Joey. I had a hint at 27, but I had proof at 36. Because there's a lot of people that think that the draw level is 27. Pros will laugh at those people and say, "Oh yeah, feel free, feel free." Oh, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Oh, oh, I thought you said 17. You said 27? I'm sorry. Whoops. Yes. There's a lot of volume coming in through here. So are they leaning even more? Are they shedding contracts? Are they hedging their portfolios? Just below it. Yep, let me show you. Go to the wider time frame. Yes, there is right here. So, is it on the oops? Is it on the 15-minute? Yep. Yep, and that number is 2325. Now, while everybody's planning on it going lower, they're like, "Oh, yeah, go ahead. Plan on it going lower." Because what are they doing? Which snake is about to bite your ass? Right here it comes. 2 minute coming in hot. Oh, the games, my friends, the games they play. Okay, 2 minute coming in hot. 2 minute coming in hot. You've got 38.25 to 39.75. 2 minute coming in out the out the. This is where I'm short and Joey goes, "Oh, snake bite 38," and I curse him to the grave. The grave. To the grave with you, Joey. That's on the 2 minute chart, fam. Right off of first touch, 45-minute. Bluey. Mancini 27.31. And Shkabumo. That's a technical term. You guys know that, right? Shkabumo? You didn't, that wasn't in your Ivy League. Mm-hmm. Okay. On the 5 minute, this is a very sus candle, as the kids would say. This candle's sus, bro. 27 over under on the 15 minute. 37, excuse me. 37. Yeah, and folks, if you're wondering what indicator this is on these charts, it's our indicator. Okay, and it's only shown on this stream only. So if you're like, oh, how do I get that? What? Okay, you won't. You can watch the stream to get it. It's the only way you're going to get it. And it's no disrespect to anyone, but when we have the key to the matrix, it's not just going to be given away. Here comes Joey. Here comes Joey. It's almost there, buddy. Swim away, swim away. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Rewind the VOD. We leave all of this, everything. So if you're watching on Kick, if you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on x.com, just go to YouTube, just go to live trading desk Sage FT. Okay. And all of this is on VOD. We don't hide anything. We don't scrub it. We don't rewind it. We don't close it, kill it. If I screw up, you see it and it stays there forever. Okay. So you can go over to the YouTube channel. You can rewind what I just said, and you can watch how it just every single time I would have been short right here, right? Let's just say 33. I'm just making this up. Let's say I shorted the 33 break. Here comes Joey with his loud mouth, and he'll say, oh, 38, and I'll curse him, and it'll go straight there every effing time. Okay, so figure out what the hell is Joey talking about when he says snake bite. Okay? Because he's going to say it. Listen how this works. Listen. He's going to say snake bite when you're in against it every time, because that's what the snake bite actually is. See how white is above red and blue? And we all think, oh, that's how it's going to look. It's going to collapse. The market's just going to fall apart. Look, we're just going to go straight down. And then it goes. Oh, Joey. Joey. You guys can thank Joey for this, by the way. Okay, I just interpret it. Joey's the one that found it. Okay, now ask Joey what it is. He's probably not going to tell you, because he has shown everyone what this actually is hundreds of times. And he doesn't need to show anyone else, because this is his money, not yours, right? And I don't mean that in a negative way. What I mean is, this is his serendipity, right? This is his 11 years of heartbreak into a gemstone, right? Okay, taking the applied pressure and making a diamond out of it. Okay, instead of crushing underneath it. Look at this. Just like we said, we were way down here. Coming in hot. There it is. Now you got a new yellow line, right? So now you have new white lines. Good. Yeah. Okay, 42.75 to 46.25. Am I seeing that right? Well, it's got to get past 40.25 first. Now, again, on the 45-minute, there is bubkiss. Look at this. I mean, we're so far away from all the criminal activity. And here's the way that I want everyone to look at this. Okay, when we don't have all these yellow and white lines, that's called signal, right? When we're in the thick of all these white and yellow lines, that's called noise. Remember that from now on. Okay, and so how do the market makers, how do the algorithms create noise? Is what Joey has actually found. Okay, and then how does it unravel the noise to find the signal? That is also what Joey has found. Okay, it's absolutely, truly amazing. Absolutely, truly amazing as to what he has found, which is to me, he truly has found the key to the Matrix. And how did Joey find it? By screwing it up. By screwing it up, he found the Matrix. All of you are trying to get it right. Stop doing that. Okay, take a leap of faith. Uh, 42 and 50 above me is that's okay. And until we reclaim 42 and then start getting signals after a pullback test success, then I'll start getting bullish. I'm not the guy trying to call the bottom of the market, because I can never call the bottom of the market, because that's not how the market works. That's not how this works. So if you keep trying to call the bottom and you're wondering why it doesn't work, because that's not how this works. That's not how this works. I wish I could tell you that it is. It's not. It's not. It's not how it works. Gimmies might get. I've got 45. I got 45 last line of defense. 47.75 and then 56. Joey, 56 here. I'll show everybody what I'm looking at here. Litany. Now, this one was impressive right here, Mr. Brad Frey on the 32nd. Frey? Fay. Why do I keep saying Frey? Fay. This one right here was mucho impresivito. Let this come back in. What watch this. Here's what I'm gonna just put a little thesis out there, right? Okay, this trade may or may not work, whether it does or does not. Watch to see if they sweep the leg. If it doesn't, right? And then give a pink or a pink or a gold after this, which would be a very beautiful signal. Okay, if this thing doesn't just run already. $20 is under the 200. Yuck. Lots of buyers. Lots of buyers. They own it. They own it. Look at the tape. Look at that. They own it at 39s. They own it at 44s. They own it at 45s. They own it at 46. Look at him. Look at him. He's all you can eat. He's all you can eat. So now when does the supply come in and thank him or not? Not. Okay. As you guys know, I'm not a breakout trader, so I'm going to see what they do with 45. And Joey, there's your 45. So refreshing. So cool. Bubbles in my throat. Oh, yeah. All right, if you're looking for gold, let's see. You're going about 5 points. Is that right? About 4 or 5 points there. So you're looking for about 49. 49s if you're in. It's looking juicy. The problem is you would have put your stop right at 20 simple. And that would have been very, it would have drained a lot of resources, a lot of mental bandwidth. Mr. Frey, I'm going to need you to calm down. Sir? Sir. See why I don't like the breakouts? Like if you look at the 30-second chart, it looks like they literally just jumped up, got ahead of itself, and now they're just like, thank you. We needed that. We needed that lick. On my 30-second chart here, look at this. 47.75 to the tick. Remember, I talked about it just a few minutes ago when we were down here. Look at that. To the tick, folks. To the tick. No, I didn't just draw that. That was there. Wow. How did he know? Because Joey showed me. Five seconds till this 15-minute bar closes. Let's kind of wind this session down, folks. This is just gonna waste time and mental bandwidth. So let me go ahead and get the review going here. All right, traders, this is Revan Wood. I go by Sage FT. This is the review for the 1st of July, 2025 for the live trading desk, sageft.com. Nothing to see here, folks. The big number to watch was the net change. So we really didn't move anywhere. Now, this is all out of whack, right? Because if you look at the four indexes, you got the NASDAQ down 0.9%, the YM up 1%. And so then right in the middle of that would be the battling bigger sister, the S&P 500, where it is only fractionally unchanged, if you will. And so if we dive in and we go ahead and go to the 15-minute chart, the narrative when we came in at 8 a.m. was sideways, chop, action. Okay, so now what do we have? Sideways, chop, action. Now, and you know, here's the conundrum here. We didn't draw anywhere. Okay, so is that bullish? Or are they ready to wreck you if you think you're just going to, get in there and get long on a break? We're going to find out. The thing that's keeping this thing sideways, and then we'll get up out of here, is we have non-farm payrolls on Thursday this week, not Friday. We have a shortened holiday week here in America. The Independence Day, 4th of July, is Friday, July 4th, obviously. And so they're pushing the non-farm payrolls to Thursday. Normally what they do is they'll push it to next week. But because we're already so far away from the 1st of the month, we can't wait until the 10th or the 11th of the month to do that. Now, what's keeping this market at bay is the market makers needing more inventory at the refueling station. Do you see it? This is the refueling station. They had all this inventory from the Trump cuck, if we will, here, right? They have all that inventory. Now they got to refuel because they might be getting a little bit light. Okay. Or they're building inventory for a sell-based position. Okay. We don't always want to just say, oh, well, they're long. Well, we don't know that, right? This index future contract is for the hedging of the S&P 500 or large portfolios. So they could be doing anything with this. What we know is if you're still a seller, you're probably not a very good trader unless you know something that's going to happen in the future on a larger time frame. Other than that, onward and upward, they say. That's going to do it for me, for the stream and for the review. I will see everyone tomorrow morning, ready to rip, 8 a.m. across all socials.